Hi guys, my name is Jackie Murray with Ask a Tech Teacher, and I'm your guide through these 32 lessons in the Structured Learning 5th grade technology curriculum. We're on lesson 5, Organizing Ideas. This is such an important concept, and truly this is one of the concepts that technology excels at and has often been thought it should excel at this, speeding things up and organizing stuff. So here you get to see exactly how technology can make organizing thoughts and ideas much easier than any other way. So you're going to, vocabulary is kind of standard. I think by 5th grade they have most of these. Shift tab, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see, problem solving, can't get the outline to work. They did outlines last year, so they might, you're going to want them to transfer that knowledge to this year and be thinking about that. So they might remember this one. The computer crash, this is a good one, nothing to do with organizing, but they want to get used to saving early, saving often. Now, if they're in Google Docs or Google Drive, it saves for them. And a lot of the online sites do save for them, but others don't. So they have to be used to thinking of saving early, saving often, so that if something does crash, they don't lose their work. Okay, the essential question, how do I organize information more efficiently? Well, organizing information precedes analysis and reflection. It's hard to analyze if you don't have your thoughts and ideas organized. It's hard to reflect on the big picture if you don't know what that is. So this is a pretty important step as far as being critical thinkers and making decisions that affect their lives. Be sure you have the graded hardware tests, and the important keys quiz is today, so you want to make sure those are prepared. And I think the rest are pretty standard. They're going to warm up with home row, still probably home row, dance mat typing or popcorn typing. If you can turn music on with a nice typing beat in it, do that. They'll enjoy it more, and they will, and they'll get the idea that they want to type with a rhythm, not faster when it's easier and slower when it's harder. They want to type with a steady rhythm. Okay, you have their hardware quiz graded, so give them an overview of how that went for them. By 5th grade, they should all be doing great on that. The only exception might be brand new 5th graders who haven't had technology before, but otherwise these computer parts are pretty fundamental. Now they're going to take the important keys quiz. There's a template under the keyboarding lesson, or this tiny little one they could use, and I think it's bigger in there. No, it's not. It's still a tiny little thing right there. Of course, they could zoom in and then use a tiny little signing tool to fill it in, but really probably just go in and go back to the keyboarding lesson, bring up the template for this. They'll fill it in as a group, 2 people maybe, and they won't have a keyboard there. They'll fill in as many as they can from these around here, and then they're going to share it out with you and then erase it so it's out of the workbook. So next time they can use the same template. This idea of saving and erasing and sharing things out is it's easy to do once the students are used to it, and as important, it's a great way to go paper free, which is something we constantly talk about, and then we think we can't do it because this is a quiz and we have to print out these copies. Well, you really don't. So your students will have this tool now. They know exactly how to do it. Use the annotation tool, fill in the template, erase the annotation tool, and they can share it with their other classroom teachers and say, this is how we did it in my 5th grade class, or the lab, wherever you are teaching this, and share it out with other teachers. Okay, so problem solving board. Here's what you're grading them on. They're starting today. If you feel it necessary, do a sample for them. Just show them how you would. Okay, my monitor doesn't work. Hi, my name is Mrs. Murray. My question is, what do I do if my monitor doesn't work? One solution is to make sure it's plugged in. And all they have to do is give one. And any questions. That's it. What did that take me? Less than a minute? And that's exactly how it would go. They have to give one solution, but they don't have to give more. They can give more. And then they can take 3 questions, no more than that, from the audience, because 5th graders tend to all want to ask a question. So take 3 questions and mix it up. Remind them speaking and listening skills, you're asking from a variety of people. You don't always ask the same person. And then they're done. Move on to the next one. Any evidence of learning? Post it on the evidence board. Okay, here's where we talk a little bit about the importance of organized thinking, and then here we are, brainstorming and mind mapping. If you have, there are a lot of really good tools for brainstorming and mind mapping. Here's some collections. This is, iPads has a collection here, and computers, there's a collection here. But the idea is that everyone is just throwing everything out there and then organizing it afterwards. A little different approach than the outline is. So go over this with them and have them try it out with something. Here's some samples here. You can see they get from very visual here, very nice and visual with Spider Scribe, where you can put pictures and links and documents and everything in. I really like that. And then very basic with Bubbleless, which is probably the easiest because it has the least bit options. Then outlining. If you use this curriculum, they did outlining last year, but review it with them. If you did do it last year with them, have them review it. Tell you, why do you outline? What are some tools you would use? Here are some options here, depending upon whatever tool you're using. MS Word or Google Docs, Chromebook, iPad. Here's options you can use in any of those. So pick the one you want, and then have one of the students tell you how to outline. Write something up there and have them tell you, okay, this is how I start, this is how I indent, this is how I extent, and have them teach while you're just following along. Options, and then saving the file, and I think that's probably it. So their exit ticket is that whatever they've done, they're then going to outline a chapter in a book that they brought with them to class. They can do it with a partner or by themselves, but to get out of class, they have to send you email or share a screenshot, whatever works best. Send that to you, and then they can leave class. It doesn't have to be done. You want to just see where they are, and that'll give you a sense of how the class did. So that's their exit ticket. I think for those who get finished, let's see what else. Oh, I had some other ones. This one is kind of, this shows some of the brainstorming mind mapping they did in earlier years. This is from kindergarten. You did this with them. And I think this was done in Google Draw. And then this one they did in 1st grade. This one I think was done in Google Draw too. Maybe not. Can't remember. This is nice though because it has details. So I'd have them zoom in on this one to give them the how-to list there. And there's more. Oh, this one's Poplet on the iPad. Okay. So that's a couple extensions. You might need a new volunteer to update the class calendar. And you might have sites on the class internet start page that they can go to. And that is it, guys. We are done. All right. Have a great week, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.